Hey everybody, I knew this question was going to come up. All the doubters are going to doubt, and I'll come back and I will give them faith because they don't have faith in me. So, what I'm saying is the stones in those baskets that I'm going to put in the building. Okay? Someone asked me where am I going to get them. So, that picture I posted this morning, those are really nice, perfect round field stones or river stones, the kind that a lot of people want. So in the United States, to get those are expensive. To find someone that either has collected them to sell them or to even have a vehicle with a trailer to pull them back to your house. Some people go up to the UP and fill up their truck with them. So it's a big deal to get stones like that in the US, but here in Norway, we have mountains, we have glaciers, we have all kinds of stuff. Now, in saying that, there are some rules, like you can't take crystals and rocks up on top of the plateau, I guess, whatever that means. So what they're trying to avoid is mining and people coming up there and digging big holes and mining stuff on their own in little small, operations. Technically, the land is all owned by somebody. However, there's lots of national parks. There's very little sense of what's private and what's not private. I've asked about 3 or 4 people now the question, where can I get stones? Well, there are quarries where they're always blasting rocks out, and if you want to feel 100% secure and safe and that you've done everything right, which I don't know who you're really appealing to because there is no stone police, but if you want to feel good that you've done everything right, you can find one of those quarries and you can give someone a little bit of money, I think, or maybe they'll just give you the smaller rocks that are blown out that are too small, and you can use those rocks. Now those are blasted rocks that are kind of jagged and they have different shapes. The people who I've asked about the rock question, they kind of think it's a funny question. One person mentioned the rules about on top of the mountain. One person mentioned how you can go along the river and get some rocks, go to the riverbed and get some rocks. They say that some people like to go get rocks in their garden up by the valley, in the river. I think the idea is that you don't want to just disrupt the environment. That's one of the main causes. You don't want to disrupt the environment. So if you're going to be getting a whole bunch of rocks, maybe you should either space yourself out, get them in different places, find a place where there's absolutely no concern about disrupting things. It's a question that I will address when I get to it a little bit better. Now, if you go ask someone at the hardware store, possibly, or someone that's building houses, I think a lot of people probably have friends who probably are blasting rocks and maybe selling rocks because they're stonemasons, so they may be inclined to tell you to go talk to this guy who will then charge you something. So there's a lot of people that don't feel comfortable or feel uneasy going on their own and getting rocks from somewhere because they're afraid someone's going to yell at them or they're going to get in trouble. So it's one of those things where there is no clear, I doubt if there's any clear defined rule about it. However, if there's a field where there's a farm field and there's rocks in it, you can go up and ask the farmer, can I buy some of these rocks from you? Or, I need some rocks. And he might say, sure, take them. He might say, hey, give me some bucks for it. Give me some money. Take as many as you want for this much, So there's several ways of approaching it. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to approach it yet, but I can guarantee you I'm going to be able to find some rocks here in Norway. So, in the beginning, when I first started talking about this a few months ago, I explained how I wanted to get different colors of rocks, different kinds of rocks, possibly from different areas. You see, with my gallery, with art, you have to make it almost your business an attraction in some way, so make it interesting. So it does take a little more time. You can't just call up the stone man who's going to come over and dump a bunch of random stones in the back of your property, back of your yard, and then you got to go carry them in. That are just random, nothing special about them. So sometimes if you want to make stuff special, you got to do a little extra. And my question is, you know, you see me working on these stairs right now. It's like, how long is Leif going to take on those stairs? He's doing this all by himself. Who's going to do inspections? Everyone's just like flooding, not everyone, but some people get all these questions, and I can sit here all day long and try to explain to you what's going on. So it's one of those things. I'll try to do my best to describe the situation as it happens. Probably because of the refrigerator washing machine, which wasn't even really an incident at all. If you followed the whole story, it was perfectly fine for me to take those, which is what I was told in the very beginning. So, but I still wanted to just make sure that, I wasn't doing anything that was going to cause any sour grapes with anybody. So, it's one of those things, if you pick up pop cans on the side of the road, some other guy that was going to get them was going to be pissed off at you. So no matter what you do in life, someone is probably going to, be a little irritated for a while if you do something. If someone wants to find a problem, obviously we all know on Facebook, everyone's going to find a problem. So sometimes you just got to take your chances. Like Arnold Schwarzenegger said, you got to break the rules, not the law. You have to break the rules sometimes in order to, and then you're all wondering, oh, what are the rules? What are the rules? That's the question. That's the biggest question. What are the rules? Because when you get to be an adult, you make the rules. The adults make the rules. It's what society makes the rules, and you have to decide when it's time to push the boundaries. So. And it's a question that I can't even answer. It's just, it happens when it happens. And it doesn't even mean you're necessarily breaking any rules at all. It's how you perceive what the rules might be. If you can't walk out of your house and do anything because you're afraid to go be in public, those are the rules that you set in your own mind. That's what Arnold Schwarzenegger means. You have to go out and break the rules in your mind. So if there's no sign that says don't take the stones, if no one is telling you not to take the stones, sometimes you have to decide, I'm going to take a couple stones and it's going to be okay. Okay? In my case, the washing machines, I decided to take a couple washing machines. They were on my property, on my building. People told me I could take them. So, it's just one of those things. Sometimes you just got to break the rules a little bit. Not any particular person's rules, but the rules you think exist. Anyways, that's my lesson for today. I'm sure there'll probably be more.